ourselves of what happened here last season as João Gomez inspired the old gold. Balls play on. Sarabia. Semedo to his right hand side of the penalty area. Semedo shot. Saito Wang with a follow-up. And he scoops it over the top of the crossbar. It's a great delivery. João Gomez is heading it in. João Gomez scores. Wolves lead at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. An unexpected scorer. It's that kind of stadium where there's so many fans who are not back in their seats yet. As Lamina goes in with a crunching challenge and Kulusevski running and scoring. And Spurs are right back in it. Dawson hitting a sweet crossfield diagonal, taken nicely by Semedo. Early cross. Sarabia, brilliant save by the goalkeeper. 25 yards from goal. Looking for Madison. Struck, brilliantly hit and brilliantly saved. Kulusevski's left-footed effort. Nuri heading to the edge of the box. Now João Gomez releasing Pedro Neto, driving Wolves downfield. Neto might choose to go in alone here. Into the penalty area he is, on his right foot, trying to check back on his left, pulling it back. It's João Gomez! Oh, he's got two! João Gomez arriving, perfectly timed, and Wolves are back in front at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Now trying to release Neto. He's got two runners in the middle. Neto looking up, squaring it for Belgar. Belgar into the penalty area on his right foot, back onto his left. Oh, and he couldn't get the strike away. It was blocked in the end. Tankar turning back onto his right foot, looking again to Kulusevski, onto his left, clipping his cross in. Davis's free header, and he heads it well wide.
First line on the fifth day, sunrise where the kids play. Time slips through the hourglass, growth comes as the hours pass. Wind blows and trees sway, eagle eyes as the birds pray. Times pass at the sand pours, make the most, you can't have more. Fifth day at the first light, early start from late nights and dark times we stay bright. Hold us down, we take flight, deep breath when the air's fresh. Don't be scared, take the first step, take charge, it's a new chance. Lead the line, it's your dance. Green light go, in darkness we glow. Through the pain we grow, they don't seek what we know. You don't eat if you're slow, you don't reap what you sow. 100 roads to the curb, yeah, this is green light road. Let's go. Green light.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the world famous home of the Spurs. And welcome the teams of Wolverhampton Wanderers and Tottenham Hotspur.
The final game of 2024, a calendar year that began strongly, tailed off in the middle. The latter part we won't say much about, but a strong end sees Wolves out of the relegation places and thinking positively about 2025. 2 wins from 2 for the new head coach, Vitor Pereira. No Wolves boss as Everton 3 in a row at the start of their tenure in the top flight. Matheus Cunha making the headlines with 2 goals and an assist in those games, though it was fellow Brazilian João Gomes who netted both in the Old Gold's win here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last season, making it 3 wins in 5 visits. Spurs have lost 4 of their last 5 in the Premier League, conceding at least 4 in each of their last 2 games at home. So a chance for Wolves to make it a particularly unhappy new year in North London and earn their new boss a place in the club's record books. Vitor makes 3 changes from the side that started against Manchester United. No Totti through injury. Gonzalo Guedes and Jurgen Strand-Larsen dropped to the bench. In come Craig Dawson, Jean-Luc Bellegarde and Hee-Chan Wang, fresh from opening his account for the season with pretty much the last kick against the Red Devils. Spurs make 2 changes. Jed Spence is suspended. Pape Mate Sarr drops out. In come Pedro Porro and Yves Bissouma. Wolves then will have Jose Sarr in goal. Matt Doherty continues in the back 3 alongside Santi Bueno and now Craig Dawson. Nelson Semedo and Ray Nouri are the wing backs. Andre and João Gomes an all Brazilian centre midfield. Jean-Luc Bellegarde and Matheus Cunha supporting Hee-Chan Wang up top. Fraser Forster in goal for Spurs. Pedro Porro, Radu Dragusin, Archie Gray and Destiny Udogie the back 4. Rodrigo Bentancur, Yves Bissouma, the 2 holders in midfield. Brennan Johnson, Dejan Kulusevski and Son supporting Dominic Solanke up top. Spurs and Wolves benches both have a couple of youngsters involved. Brandon Austin's the backup goalkeeper for the home side. Sergio Reguilon, James Maddison, Lucas Bergvall, Timo Werner, Pape Mate Sarr, and then William Lankshire, Alfie Dorrington and Callum Olasesi. Wolves have Sam Johnson, the backup keeper, Jurgen Strand-Larsen, Rodrigo Gomez, Tommy Doyle, Carlos Wolves, Gonzalo Guedes, then Bastian Mathieu, Pedro Lima and Alfie Pons. Spurs against Wolves then in the final game of 2024. Spurs in white shirts, navy blue shorts and white socks against Wolves in their all hyper-violet 3rd kit. Last outing was that magnificent win at Fulham a couple of weeks ago. Can they repeat the feat in the capital? I'm Mikey Burrows. Alongside me is the Hall of Famer, Andy Thompson.
Yeah, just about to say exactly the same as what you just mentioned there. Last time we wore this kit was the great win at Fulham. I'm just hoping that we can go out and follow that victory as we did in the way that we played, because I thought we played well during that game. Tough game today, but more than capable of getting the right result.
Just as they did last season, the teams have been switched round, so Wolves will attack the end away to our left-hand side where the Wolves supporters are. It's just the north stand. Wolves supporters on the corner of it where it meets the east stand. The big single-tiered south stand away to our right-hand side is where Jose Sarr will spend the first 45 minutes. So Wolves playing from right to left as we look at it first period. As we are underway at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So we are high up in the top tier of the West Stand. Pretty much directly behind Ange Postecoglou, who's got a watch on as Semedo comes running forwards early for Wolves, looking to João Gomes, 20 yards from goal. Onto just inside the box to Cunha, looking for the overlap from Aït-Nouri. Did he run out of room? I'm not sure he did. Maybe it's going to be giving us a goal kick anyway.
Earlier on, less than a minute gone, great opportunity. Just overhit, wasn't it, from Cunha, the pass for Aït-Nouri? Yeah, I know he had to put a bit on it, but yeah, he's just got to take that little bit of care with it.
João Gomes with a sliding challenge on halfway, almost applauds himself for it. Saw Andre celebrating a sliding tackle towards the end of the Man United game. Actually quite like that. Applaud yourself if you've done something good.
Well, somebody's got to give the credit, haven't they?
Yeah, maybe that's just because no one ever applauds me, Tomo, so Just a little bit sensitive.
That's just me. It's just me, Mike.
Here's Udogie out to the left-hand side. Son bringing it forwards up towards the corner of the penalty area, pulled back infield. Attempted strike goalwards came from Bentancur. Recycled via Udogie to Son. Closed down by Doherty. Chan thinks he can steal it. Didn't quite get it from Bentancur and has stayed down. I think he was caught late in that challenge. And Spurs continue to play, though Chan is getting to his feet. Basuma with it just to the side of the centre circle. Udogie backwards for Gray, makeshift centre half. Archie Gray is really a central midfielder who can play at right back, but given the injury issues that Spurs have got at the moment in that position, certainly be comfortable on the ball as he is here, and plays it to Pedro Porro. Just over the halfway line he comes, trying to play it in behind. Ain't Nuri with the interception, but a bit lazy in the attempted clearance. Cunha, that's a naughty little flick. How's he managed that? Squeeze it through a gap with the back heel. Dawson puts his foot through it to clear to halfway. Wang nudged Dragusin out of it, but referee think was going to blow and instead plays on because Spurs have possession. Christopher Kavanagh is the man in charge. And Wolves are going to have a throw on their left-hand side, just short of the halfway line. This is the 19th Wolves game that Chris Kavanagh has taken charge of. The last was the 2-1 home defeat to Manchester City. It's the third game he's been in charge of this season alone. He also did the 2-1 home defeat to Newcastle and the 2-0 defeat to Liverpool on the final day of last season. In fact, the last 4 games he's taken charge of, Wolves have lost all 4 of them. He did that West Ham game we were talking about earlier as well.
Let's hope that changes today then.
Sometimes I wish I didn't start bringing up a stat.
I was thinking that as you was reading them out.
I would make use of these things, otherwise the wife will tell me to stop spending so much time on it.
Speak to her.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Porro's header forwards. Santi wins it in the air. Cunha allowed to turn midway inside his half and find a Nuri. Backwards to Dawson. Will look to hit a crossfield ball out towards Semedo. It's challenged in the air by Udogie. That's going to be a Wolves throw. 10-15 yards short of the halfway line. Played 4 minutes of the game so far. Spurs 0, Wolves 0. Get in touch as ever. Get your shout outs for the end of the year. Santi under pressure. Switches across the penalty area to Dawson. And Dawson with a drag back turn inside the box. Finds Ain't Nuri facing the wrong way. Infield to Bellegarde, back to Dawson. And eventually clears up towards the halfway line and Gray runs Hwang underneath the ball.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Got out of it, played pretty well with it. With Tottenham putting pressure on us, but just need to be careful. They need to get that outlet ball, don't they? They need one of the strikers to show for them a little bit earlier.
Spurs will almost invite Wolves to play it around deep and hope they can steal it from them.
Yeah, well, I don't want to see Dawson doing a drag back like I did.
Here's Cunha, a couple of yards outside the box, looking on for Semedo. Was Cunha caught late? He was, and Chris Kavanagh is going to pull it back for the foul and a free kick in a pretty dangerous position. Cunha looks a bit hurt here.
It was Archie Gray, wasn't it, I think?
It's to the quite a way towards the right of centre, only not 5 yards, maybe slightly more on the diagonal from the right-hand corner of the box.
They're just showing the Archie Gray tackle on Semedo. Just the one after that, but he's been pulled back for the Cunha one.
Nate Nuri has gone over with some interest in where this ball will be. It would suit the left footer looking towards goal. Semedo is over there as well. Cunha has picked himself up. Andre stood in front of the ball, blocking the goalkeeper's view.
I just think things like this make the keeper work. Don't matter what it does, make the keeper work, follow it in. It's a good angle, this, I think, for the left footer. And Nate Nuri's gone onto it.
Well,
but you've got to hit the target.
Cunha's had 2 efforts from a similar position in the last 2 games, trying to sneak it into the near post, as Ashley Young did to Wolves a couple of weeks ago for Everton. Still Ait-Nouri, Cunha, and Andre taps it to Ait-Nouri, pulls it back, and Wang to shoot, curls it, that's brilliant! What a goal! Into the bottom corner, magnificent! A training ground routine, executed to perfection. Hee-Chan Wang. First goal of the season came late on Boxing Day. He did not have to wait long for a second. Spurs 0, Wolves 1. That's a beauty.
Well, for some reason, the Tottenham players are arguing with the referee over something. I don't understand why. Well, I'm looking at that, and there's not much that I can see. But they're arguing with the referee, and he's held things back. He can't disallow that, surely.
Well, I think they might be saying that somebody was blocked off inside the penalty area.
Not really seen that much. He's give it. I was going to say, I didn't really see that much of it. I think both teams are pushing each other. Great finish. And we said that's what he offers the team when we've got the ball. He's just got to make sure that he's contributing when we haven't. Because there's no doubt about it, he's a good finisher. And he showed that last year.
Santi with a big long clearance forwards as we get back underway. Less than 8 minutes played. And Wolves lead by 1-0.
And I've just seen the replay, so it's in off the post. It's a great finish from him.
What a start. Here's Kulusevski running down the right-hand side. Sliding challenge comes in from Ait-Nouri. He plays it infield to João Gomez. Back to Dawson. Plays it short into the feet of Andre. Helped round the corner to João Gomez. Well went back though by Spurs. There's Solanke up to the corner of the box, trying to turn, but he turned into Ait-Nouri. Basuma backwards to Porto. Spurs looking for an immediate response.
Yeah, it's all about. It's all about
Bentancur cutting into the penalty area, low cross. Solanke, I think, was trying to tee it up for someone. Will come outside the area. It's Porto. Porto trying to drive it, blocked off by Dawson. Got good distance on that block as well. Cunha scrapping with Porto. It's going to go out of play for a Spurs throw, 10 yards from the corner flag.
Yeah, for me as well. Now it's all about making sure you don't just throw away the lead that you've just got. Make sure you focus on your defending, tracking the players, because they're going to come at you. Being the home team as well, don't make any silly mistakes.
So Spurs 0, Wolves 1, 9.5 minutes played. There's also an early goal at the King Power where Man City lead. That game was the 2:30 kickoff. Put in by Dawson on Kulusevski was unfair according to Chris Kavanagh. Spurs free kick just to the right of centre, pretty much slap bang midway inside the Wolves half. Gray's pass into him and just caught the trailing ankle. Kulusevski as he tried to turn away from Dawson. I think he knew what he was doing.
Well, he was getting away from him, was he? That was the thing.
So Wolves defending the free kick, which is taken short to the right-hand side to Johnson. Johnson just inside the box, and he's blocked off by Ait-Nouri. It'll be a Tottenham corner from that big single-tiered stand.
I'm going to ask you a question because I don't think I said it. Did they do the setup of the corner before the game? They did?
Yeah, they did, yeah. Yeah, it's become a staple now of them practicing their set-piece routines before the game. Pedro Porro with the corner, right-footed from the right-hand side. Everybody back to defend. Goes in towards the near post and headed in. Spurs get themselves back level. Big, powerful header at the near post. All that extra work that's gone in to defend set pieces. It's often been Wolves' undoing this season, and they couldn't defend this one. Bentancur at the near post. Just got a run on his man, and from 6 yards out, the power was there.
Cleared up. Just watching it again. We just do not look comfortable, do we? It is. We just don't look comfortable at all.
Here comes Cunha down the left-hand side as Wolves try and respond. Foot in by Kulusevski. It'll be a Wolves throw. That's the first goal conceded of the Vitor Pereira era. Here's Cunha driving in left-hand side. Attempted cross blocked off by Basuma. It's a Wolves corner. This game could end up being anything. In fact, it's been given as an offside against Cunha. They'll pull it back and it'll be a Spurs ball.
Yeah, that's what we didn't want. We didn't want to give away a goal too early on after getting that lead. Which, again, it's our weak area, isn't it? Set pieces, free header. And nobody marked him, did he? Bentancur, just nobody at all. Free header.
Well, they've had a bit of a mad run, Spurs, really. They lost 4-3 home to Chelsea, won 5-0 at Southampton, 4-3 against Man United in the Cup. As Cunha picks up on a ball and strikes it low from distance that goes a long way wide. With a 6-3 against Liverpool.
Was that the last? That was the last home game here, wasn't it?
Last home game, yeah.
Huh.
So they are far from dull, Spurs, though.
Well, that's. I think that's the big problem. What the Spurs fans think. They're not dull, but don't look like keeping a clean sheet. A bit like us earlier on in the year. But what they do there is they offer things going forward. There's no questioning about that.
But foot in by João Gomez, midway inside his own half. Dawson goes back to Jose Sarr. Just short of the penalty spot. We'll try and launch it up early. Looking for the run of Semedo, but over the top of him and out of play for a throw. So Spurs 1, Wolves 1. We've not even played quarter of an hour yet. Archie Gray back to Fraser Forster. Lifted forwards. Semedo will intercept with a header back into the Spurs half. And then is that Hechan that was penalised for his challenge as Wolves a bit too over-eager.
Yeah, he's been quick to blow the whistle though, hasn't he, the referee?
Didn't see a great deal in that. Didn't see a great deal in the challenge that's just earned Udogie a free kick either.
No, I don't think there is. But again, we did it against Man U, didn't we? We give away silly fouls. We've got to try and limit that because all you're doing is inviting pressure. And at the moment, it's one thing that we want is to have pressure because, as I say, we concede off set plays too much more, too frequent.
Cunha to Santi. João Gomez infield to Doherty. All scrapping. Andre comes away with it just on the halfway line. Cunha goes past Bazuma, trying to drive up towards the edge of the penalty area. Still going, Cunha, and he found his route blocked, but he was fouled in the process. And Chris Kavanagh, in fairness to him, has been consistent on that in pulling it back for the free kick.
Yeah, okay. So you give it. I don't think there was much in that either. So, but he saw something. Yes. Never really touched the ball, did he? The Tottenham defender. Yeah.
Yeah, Kulusevski went to ground. Didn't make contact with the ball. Slight contact with Cunha. This is an angle to the left of centre as you look towards goal.
Yeah, sure. Sure, Cunha's going to have this one, but probably a little far out though, you would think.
What, 25? Slightly less, maybe. One cut of grass outside the penalty area. The wall is a couple of yards inside the box. Forster lining up that wall. It's got 4 in it, and the so-called draft excluder lying down behind it. Aït-Nouri and Cunha stood over the ball. Dawson and Doherty amongst those waiting for a potential cross. It's Cunha who goes for goal, hits the top of the wall. Might get another chance to put it in. Trying to lift it towards the far side of the penalty area. Offside flag's going to go up against Doherty. Frustration from the Wolves fans in that far corner. I don't think Doherty was off. I think flag went up a bit quickly there. Dawson may have been off. I don't think Doherty was.
I was just trying to work out who he was. Offside, it didn't look like Doherty. So I'm surprised that the actually referee's blown the whistle.
"17 minutes played. Spurs 1, Wolves 1. Forster's kick straight to Kulusevski. João Gomez wins it back. Out to the right hand side to Semedo. Just over halfway now for Wolves. Bogard backwards to João Gomez. Doherty. Infield to Santi. Of course, Doherty's got a goal for Wolves here before his spell at the club. He's been put under pressure by Son. Tries to play it forwards. Bentancur's header back into the Wolves half. Sliced high into the air by Santi. Semedo couldn't quite get there. Andre's holding off the challenge of Solanke. Does really well to turn and find Semedo. And then Semedo was clipped just short of the halfway line.
Yeah, I'm just watching that. I just think we're overplaying a little bit at the back and slow. But you can see that Tottenham just start to squeeze it, start to walk forward because the play's not that sharp. And it allows us to basically to not get the ball.
There's Aït-Nouri down the left-hand side, couple of yards from the corner flag, sets himself to cross to the far post, too deep. Semedo tracking back to try and get to it. And in the end, under pressure from Udogie, ends up conceding the throw, level with the edge of the penalty area. Matt Doherty made 71 appearances for Spurs and scored 3 goals. He was on the score sheet in that famous 3-2 win the first time Wolves came here back in 2020. So I always feel like it was the last game before the COVID shutdown, but it wasn't. There was a 0-0 game against Brighton the week after. Fraser Forster is down here for Spurs. It's going to potentially need some attention. There's a change of boots coming for Udogie as well. It's maybe why Forster's down. Cynical, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you know that they got the referee can't. That's the keep it to get to the side, can he?
He's having his left leg stretched out. Keith says the signing of 2024's Andre, the player Cunha, game Leicester meant so much, and Hwang's Boxing Day goal on a run now. 2 today, question mark, says Keith. So 1-1 here. It's 1-0 Forest away at Everton. Chris Wood in great form. Southampton are leading at Palace. Tyler Dibbling. Half time between Leicester and Man City, with Man City 1-0 up in that one. My little system, Tomo, that you know I enjoy, is still not rectified it. Thinks Matheus Cunha scored the Wolves goal. Everybody else knows it was Hee-Chan Hwang. Here's Son on halfway. Santi was battling with him. Comes to Porto on the right-hand side. Down the line, intercepted by Aït-Nouri. He's going to try and run it forwards, but didn't see Brennan Johnson tracking with him. Kulusevski on the Spurs right. Can't get past Cunha. Did a good defensive duty there. João Gomez for Aït-Nouri. Back to Cunha. We spotted the movement of Hwang, but he couldn't get it over the top of Dragusin, who ends up heading it out of play for a Wolves throw.
See, that's one thing that Aït-Nouri doesn't do very well. He doesn't realise about people around him when he's running with the ball. You saw that, he's defending it, and he's basically let the opposition sit about getting the ball.
Well, Cunha lost possession to Kulusevski inside his own half, and João Gomez was battling for it. Kulusevski went over wanting a free kick. We heard the crowd calling for the free kick. Just a throw in.
Just those little things that we've got to iron out, haven't we? So look, where we just leave ourselves open for that challenge, or we give away a silly free kick and possession of the ball. We've just got to try and get it right. So you're looking at Cunha here. So he's done a good job down this left-hand side for Wolves, tracking and working back. But we've just got to try and get Aït-Nouri up here a little bit more.
Big crossfield ball finding Brennan Johnson, who's got Dawson isolated, whips his cross in. Santi sticks out his right leg, comes off his thigh behind for a corner.
And I'm going to say this now. Aït-Nouri's gone to chasing the ball. He's seen something and he's run out to his position and left Johnson free on his own on that left-hand side. Dawson's had to come out. That's where he can't afford to just go and run out. And I don't know where he was going, because Johnson's his player, Aït-Nouri.
Porto with a corner, right-footed from the right-hand side. They've scored from one of these already. It's delivered into a similar area. It's headed goalwards, and it's just wide by Dragusin. Looked like he was heading towards the far corner and just veered away at the final moment, luckily for Wolves.
Again, he just gets a free header. It's more towards the back post where he's got the header. Dragusin, but like, again, it's a header if nothing else. And it's had Sarr stretching for it.
Might just have to have a little rethink on the positions. I think it was João Gomez that was trying to move in front of Dragusin and got a little shove. Spurs have already scored from one corner and have gone mightily close from another.
I thought they had it. I thought he had it, and just inside. It's fortunate that it just went wide. But again, we don't look settled at all on set pieces.
So Spurs 1, Wolves 1, 24 minutes played. Dawson for Cunha. Space to turn and run it up towards halfway. Now closed down by Brennan Johnson. Comes off the Welshman for a Wolves throw. A few words of instructions from Vitor Pereira on the edge of his technical area as Cunha gets it from Aït-Nouri's throw. He's trying to play it forward. It's actually bounced off Gray straight to Bellegarde. Right to the right side to Semedo. Semedo will go backwards to Doherty. Doherty further back into the centre circle for Santi. Low across it for Dawson. Dawson into the feet of Cunha. Again, time to turn. Playing it forwards. João Gomez had to stretch to keep hold of it. Keep hold of it, he does. Leaves it for Andre. Goes back to Dawson. Dawson trying to hit the crossfield ball to spot the movement of Bellegarde. And O'Doggy's had to play it. Not where he wants to be by his own corner flag. Trying to play it off Bellegarde, and as Bellegarde kept it in, he's done brilliantly. Semedo, low ball deflected, and it's a Wolves corner. That's magnificent from Jean-Ric Bellegarde.
It is. He never give it up, did he? Never get it up, made it difficult for Doggy to just get out from there, but he worked so hard just to make sure that he wasn't, because Doggy thought he was going out. He left it. It's great work from him.
Wolves corner, left-footed from the right-hand side. Rain Aït-Nouri to deliver. Whipped in towards the near post, headed away by Bentancur. Kulusevski scrapping with Bellegarde, and Bellegarde giving away the free kick, and he's going to get a yellow.
Again, letting it bounce. Once you let it bounce, advantage goes to the opposition coming towards you. And then he's ended up getting the wrong side and ended up fouling him. Yeah. He uses his bodies well.
Kulusevski's strength, really. Can't fault Bellegarde for his endeavour to try and get to the ball. Played 26.5 minutes. Spurs 1, Wolves 1. Archie Gray with a free kick. He's going to try and hit it long for Runner-Udogie, who brings it down on the chest, cleared away by Doherty. Spencer a throw midway inside his own half.
Yeah, he shouldn't be beat with a straight ball there. And he was. If your starting position's right, you make it more difficult for your opponent against you.
Basuma under pressure from Hwang, goes back to Forster. Hwang continued his chase and hurried up the goalkeeper. Brennan Johnson just about evaded Dawson. Ball down the line for Kulusevski. Kulusevski's early cross is blocked off. And Aït-Nouri nods it down for Andre. Back to Aït-Nouri. He was trying to head it forwards. It's going to be a Wolves throw.
But Aït-Nouri out of position again. Johnson's his responsibility as a fullback. And he's passing him on, and it's like he shouldn't be. He should be marking him. Because Dawson's having to come out. He got caught in between the two Tottenham players.
Dawson under pressure from Solanke, while the buys a free kick. A couple of yards from his own corner flag.
There you go. We're going to keep getting caught at it because our play across the back is so sloppy. It's just allowing Tottenham to squeeze onto us. We've got away with it a few times, but we're our worst down enemy at times when we start to play across the back. The play's too slow. It allows Tottenham to squeeze on.
Jose Sa is stealing as many yards as he can to get this further away from the corner flag than it should be.
Why not?
Launches downfield in the direction of Hwang, one in the air by Dragusin. João Gomez lifting it forwards. Polo's header. Cunha sends it high into the air and then tries to bring it down on the chest, but couldn't quite do so. Be another Wolves throw, this time near the halfway line. 29 minutes played at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Wolves got themselves in front thanks to Hee-Chan Wang's second goal in as many games. Second goal in about 8 minutes of football. They weren't ahead for long. Solanke cutting in field. Johnson. Kulusevski right inside the box. Pulled back. They're queuing up. Oh, two Spurs players got in each other's way. And there's an offside flag that goes up to spare their blushes.
Yeah. Thanks very much for tackling yourself.
Solanke and Bentancur. I think Kulusevski's offside in the build-up.
Yeah,
he is.
yeah.
But I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Great tackle.
I think there's a few fans who were claiming penalty until they realised who'd taken Solanke out.
Well, if you're not VAR, they're probably having a look at it, mate.
Bentancur and Solanke, both eyes on the ball, wipe each other out. That's ridiculous.
Thanks for your help.
Here's Bellegarde trying to win it midway inside the Spurs half. I think he should have had a free kick there.
I do as well. I thought the Tottenham player foot was high.
It was just a little bit ragged as Son goes running it forwards. He's got Udogie on the outside of him. Doherty with a sliding challenge. That's going to be a Wolves throw.
I just think we're moving the ball too slow. And we're just playing into Tottenham's hands at the minute. There's no zip in the play. It's too slow. And also as well, the decision making, I went just for the pass. It's just allowing Tottenham just to be on that front foot and allow them to get some kind of interception on it. We've got to do a lot better with it.
See, one of the TV companies in front of us they've got a screen that's showing kind of all the different replays being worked through, not just what the match director is showing. So we can see a little bit different. I'm just seeing loads of different angles of the challenge on Bellegarde. Suggests to me that that was a foul. Dawson lifting it across his own box to Doherty. Needs some help from Semedo, who's managed to keep it in on the right-hand touchline. Son thought it was going out and left it. That's the groan from the home fans. Cunha goes back to Dawson. Further back to Jose Sarr. That was heavier than he wanted. And Wolves trying to play out from deep. Andre's done brilliantly to find Doherty. Up to Bellegarde. Switching across to Cunha. How have they got out of trouble there?
I don't know, but they don't look as secure as I would like them to be. It's too easy.
Gomez looking for the run of Hwang. Left-hand side of the box. He's going to need some support. Gets it from Ait-Nouri. João Gomez amongst those inside the penalty area. Here's Cunha. He was looking to play it back through to Ait-Nouri. A little bit too intricate, perhaps. Clearance as far as Hwang on the Wolves left. Attack's not over yet. Got support from Dawson midway inside the half. Now João Gomez takes over. Into the feet of Cunha. Cunha wide for Ait-Nouri. 10 yards from the corner flag. Ait-Nouri thought about crossing. Instead will pull the ball backwards to Dawson. Cunha, Dawson. Wide again to Ait-Nouri. Backwards to Dawson again as Tottenham reset and Wolves go back into their own half through Santi. Dawson infield to Andre. Now facing the right direction. Bellegarde takes over. Inside right. Wide to Semedo. Couple yards from the corner of the box. Bellegarde's run on the overlap. Semedo was a bit loose in trying to play it back to him. A bit slow, but he's recovered and got possession again. Wide out to Bellegarde. He's continued his run. Bellegarde instead will look to try and drift in field. Back to Andre. With no Larson, of course, there isn't really that target in the penalty area, so Wolves are trying to do things a bit differently. Ait-Nouri on the left, midway inside the Spurs half. 33.5 minutes played. Dawson finds Andre. It's a good spell of possession this, Tomo, but they're not quite being able to get in behind Spurs.
It's not got that zip in it, so look, it's not really pulling Tottenham around. Just need that little bit of sharpness in the play, because at the minute, Tottenham are finding it pretty easy to pick up and mark the players.
Well, Spurs have just given Wolves possession back. Andre with an early ball up to Cunha. Now João Gomez takes it on. 30 yards from goal. Out to the left-hand side to Ait-Nouri. Short pass in field to João Gomez. Now Dawson. Dawson switching across for Doherty. Semedo pulling wide. We'll go across the centre circle for Santi. It's closed down by Solanke. Back to Sarr, who's 10 yards out of his penalty area. Sarr again hitting a long one up towards Semedo. Semedo's got the wrong side of Udogie. No one in the penalty area though, and Semedo slips. Might have hurt himself as well. Spurs thankfully give Wolves possession again. Andre, Cunha, Bellegarde. Middle of the half. Semedo slow to get back in position. Cunha on the turn. Cunha striking. Oh, that wasn't far away at all. He can produce something in a flash, Matheus Cunha. Just for a moment, Spurs backed away from him. He had a look over both shoulders and he thought, you know what? Why not? Most things I've hit, including corners, have gone in recently.
Well, he scored a goal similar to that, didn't he? The other week, where he put it in the top corner from there. But we need to move the ball quicker. It's too slow at the minute, and it's easy for Tottenham to follow and to mark.
Here's Cunha again, looking on for the run of Hwang. Cleared away only as far as Ait-Nouri. It's all Wolves at the minute. Cunha, Ait-Nouri, couple yards from the left-hand corner of the box. Pulled backwards to João Gomez. Wide again for Ait-Nouri. Infield to João Gomez. On again to Ait-Nouri. Oh, his low cross is blocked off by Dragusin. That was promising. There were Semedo and Bellegarde arriving at the far post. Had it evaded the defender. It's going to be a Tottenham throw after João Gomez closed down the clearance.
Yeah, it's good play from Wolves, but I'd still like us to see that sharpness in the passing and the pace of the passing. Because at the minute, it's quite easy for Tottenham just to stay with the Wolves. But once the sharpness, obviously saw Cunha do it there, once that tempo's increased, all of a sudden, Tottenham are struggling.
Dawson trying to chest the ball down. Solanke back into his own half to win it. Gray for Udogie. Over the halfway line on the left-hand touchline is Son. Back into his own half for Udogie. Gray across to Dragusin. Closed down by Cunha. Back to Gray. Midway inside his own half. Switched across to Porro. 36.5 played. Long ball. Time for Dawson to turn and go back into his own half and play it back to Jose Sarr. Oh, he's got closed down by Solanke. Just about evaded him. Doherty then trying to get the better of Son. Son's won it back. Solanke, edge of the penalty area. Blocked by Santi, comes through and Semedo pokes it behind for a corner.
Again, it's our own passing is putting us in trouble. I don't understand why Dawson's gone back to Sarr. He can deal with that ball himself. It's too slow. It's allowing the Tottenham player to come and close it down. Solanke, I think it was. We get ourselves in so much trouble. Oh.
It's total football, isn't it?
But it's not. It's allowing opposition teams just to get close to you. It's too slow.
Corner right-footed from the left-hand side in towards the near post, cleared away by Hwang. For the record, I don't think it's what Vitor wanted. He turned around and looked to his bench with his arms out. Here's Bentancur delivering his cross to the far post. It's deep and out of play for a goal kick.
But we've done it quite a few times in this first half where the pass backwards is too slow. It's allowing the Tottenham players to go and squeeze, close us down, and we're either just about getting the ball there. I think Sarr's had about 3 of them. We're just inviting pressure.
Man City have survived a VAR check for a potential penalty at Leicester. They still lead by a 0-0. Palace are level with Southampton. Trevor Chalobah, there was a VAR check on that one as well for a potential foul by Mateta. It goes back to Forster. Not the best of clearances, but it finds its way to Kulusevski inside the 6-yard box. On to Brennan Johnson. He's got isolated with Dawson again. Johnson right inside of the box. Dawson got back with him. It's a corner. They've gone on with it quickly. Pedro Porro, bit of a deflection on the cross. Solanke's header goes high into the air. Dawson trying to head to the edge of the box. It's going to come down for the strike by Basuma, who got underneath it. High over the top of the crossbar. Yeah. 39 minutes played. Spurs 1, Wolves 1.
Yeah, I think Pereira, the coach, will be writing a few notes down on that. We've switched off. We've gone to set up on the corner, and Tottenham have got 2 players out and took a short. And all of a sudden we're in trouble.
Santi taking a goal kick across the 6-yard box to Jose Sarr. Out of it to Doherty. All looking to Andre, helped up to Bellegarde. On the turn and the switch out to Aït-Nouri. This is nice. There's space for Ray and Aït-Nouri to drive Wolves on. Looking for the movement of Hwang, left-hand side of the box. Hwang's low ball in, turned away by Gray for the expense of a throw. It's neatly worked. Move Wolves up the field, playing from one end of the field to the other.
Yeah, we have. We've had chances, haven't we? We've been able to get ourselves up on the field.
João Gomez on the left-hand touchline, backwards to Dawson. Going field to Santi. Now for Doherty. Spurs are very quick to get on the Wolves back 3 as it goes all the way back to Jose Sarr out of his penalty area.
Because they know where they're passing it to, that's why. They know where they're going. And because the pace on the ball is not as quick as what it should be, it's allowing Tottenham to press us.
Andre to Bellegarde. I think he needed Semedo to make a movement down the line. He didn't. Semedo plays it back to Doherty. João Gomez just about gets it to Aït-Nouri. We'll get it again from him. Chance to switch the play. Out towards Semedo on the Wolves' right. Semedo brings it down. Infield to Cunha. Just outside the penalty area. Infield to Aït-Nouri. Oh, Aït-Nouri again trying to thread it through the eye of a needle.
Never going to get it.
And Kulusevski is driving Spurs on down the right-hand side. Again up against Dawson. Wolves trying to get numbers back. Kulusevski Looking for the run of Johnson, who's gone down in the area. Spurs penalty. The challenge by Andre. Chris Kavanagh didn't take too much time to think about it. He's suggesting that Andre sandwiched Brennan Johnson out of this.
For a moment, I thought it was the other way around there. I don't think there's much in that. If anything, I think Andre's probably a fraction in front of him. If anything, he's knocked Andre out the way. I think that's harsh. I think
that could have gone either way. I think if the free kick had gone Wolves' way, I don't think VAR would be overturning it, but I don't think VAR is going to overturn this either.
Of course not. But I just think that he's knocked Andre out the way, if anything. But again, it's come from us. You're looking at that Andre there, he's just a fraction in front of him, and he's pushed Andre.
I think because he plants his foot first, and he plants his foot across the run of Andre.
I think that's harsh. I think that's a harsh penalty from there.
Well, the penalty is given. It'll be Son against Jose Sarr. The Spurs captain, South Korean. Getting his socks ready. Steps back. Nearly 43 minutes played. Whistle goes. Can Jose Sarr make a big save? Son's taking his time. False movement. Eventually steps up towards the ball, and Sarr does save it. Parries it away to his right-hand side. Archie Gray to the loose ball. Danger not over. Hee-chan is back there. He'll try and clear as far as Andre. Wolves will feel like a little bit of justice is served.
Good save. Good save. Nice height for him now. But again, got to go the right way.
Here come Wolves. Can they punish Tottenham? Cunha for João Gomez. Midway inside the half. Wide to Aït-Nouri. Back to João Gomez. Infield to Andre. Now Dawson. Doherty to Andre. Backwards to Dawson. Wolves perhaps getting away with it. They might feel like just deserved. Jose Sarr with a big moment. Here's Andre wide to Cunha on the left-hand side. Looking to try and spot the movement of Hee-chan Wang, who nods it down to the edge of the box. Bentancur is back there. Clearance goes as far as Aït-Nouri, 10 yards from the corner flag. Gets it back from Cunha. Further back to Santi. Wolves have seen quite a lot of the ball, haven't they?
They have, but not in the areas where I want to again. Too slow.
Lost possession. Here comes Son. He's been allowed to carry it a long way up towards the edge of the box, and what a brilliant challenge by Doherty. Santi eventually gets it clear. But Matt Doherty to the rescue there. Against his former teammate. Spotted the signs of when the South Korean was about to pull the trigger. Got in a great challenge on the edge of the box.
Yeah, great tackle, wasn't it? Great tackle.
Well, João Gomez's turn to lose it. Getting 3 minutes being added on. I make that the first penalty save that Jose Sarr has had since he saved one from Brennan Johnson when he was playing for Forest in October of 2022.
Yeah, I was just trying to think about when he last saved one.
The Wolves faced 7 penalties last season, and all 7 were scored. And they'd faced 5 so far this season, and all 5 had been scored. 14 consecutive penalties against Wolves have been scored until that moment. Solanke fouled on the halfway line. Yellow card for Nelson Semedo. I think he knew what he was doing.
I think so.
There's Bentancur. Spurs flying forwards again. Son blocked off by Andre. Udogi flicks it in field to Kulusevski. Bentancur on the Spurs left. Kulusevski's movement again picks up on it. Trying to spin in field away from Doherty. Threading it through. Semedo is back there, and Wolves are just hanging on by their fingernails for another minute or so. Get to half time on level terms. Drag us in back to Gray. Bentancur for Pedro Porro, 10 yards inside his own half. Bentancur takes it on again. Cunha trying to track back with him. Onto Johnson, flicked in field. Kulusevski has it. Santi is there with him. It's pulled back and it's turned in by Brennan Johnson. And Wolves couldn't hang on to half time. Found themselves the space in the right-hand side of the penalty area. Wolves dare not make the challenge. And that meant Kulusevski had time to set himself, look up, and find his teammate arriving 10 yards out. It's Tottenham 2, Wolves 1.
Yeah. Too easy. Nobody really getting into touch with anybody there. Just watching it. We didn't know where he was.
Second goal for Spurs, scored in first half stoppage time from number 22, Brennan Johnson.
No, not a great goal to give away. Nobody really marking, nobody picking up. And it was just so too easy for Tottenham.
Here's João Gomez out to Cunha. Wolves has some bright moments in this half. But an all too familiar feeling as they go in at the break trailing. He Chan Wang had put them in front. A lovely training ground set piece move, striking in from the edge of the penalty area. But they weren't ahead for too long. First real set piece Spurs had curled into the near post. And Rodrigo Bentancur got a free header powered past Jose Sarr. They escaped a penalty. Brennan Johnson brought down under a challenge from Andre. Jose Sarr saved Son's spot kick. But right at the end of the half, Kulusevski's pullback, Brennan Johnson sweeping it home. And Wolves have work to do in the second period.
Yeah, they have. They've got to do better with it. I've just said throughout that first half, we're moving the ball too slow. It's allowing Tottenham to close us down. There's been half a dozen at least at the back where the pass where we pass into somebody at the back is that slow that when the players receiving the ball, the Tottenham players basically on them. It needs to be sharper. It needs to be quicker if we're playing it across the back. But also as well, it's been too easy for them to break through our back line. Ait Nouri is supposed to be playing left back. I know we're playing the three at the back, but when Tottenham got the ball, he's about 20 yards out of position. And all they're doing is playing the ball out to Brendan Johnson and just playing the ball. He's easy on it. Most of the trouble has come down the right-hand side of Tottenham. And it's caused us all problems because Ait Nouri is not in the position where he should be. His prime job is to defend. And I've just seen him, like, numerous occasions, well out of position.
Yeah, Craig Dawson is kind of been left exposed quite a lot, though I think Dawson may well be unhappy with his role in the eventual second goal because he kind of goes further back to try and block the goal rather than defend the space where the ball might be pulled back to.
But nobody's put a challenge in. Nobody's put a challenge in 3 or 4 times with the Tottenham players running forward. Nobody has put a challenge in. They're standing off them. They're letting them pass the ball. Again, I said earlier on in the season, we're too easy to play against. And we just saw examples of it today where usually in the last 2 or 3 games, we've made it difficult for teams. But they're finding it so easy just to pass the ball by us, but also as well, we're inflicting problems on ourselves with the tempo of the ball and the tempo of the pace of the passing, and they've got to do better with it.
The penalty, I know you kind of disagreed with it, felt that it could have gone either way. It's the kind of decision you get when you're the home side, don't you, in front of a big crowd, where if the referee had given that as a foul by Johnson on Andre for kind of stepping across him as he tried to get to the ball, I don't think VAR would have overturned it, but there isn't enough for it to be a VAR overturned when it's given on the field as a pen.
I think it's harsh. I think Andre, if anything, is probably a fraction just in front of Johnson when the challenge has gone in. So, if anything, it's shoulder to shoulder. But I'm still looking at it and say, look, and I just think that Andre was just in front of Johnson when the challenge is coming. They're both gone to ground. I think it was the wrong decision from the referee to award a penalty to Tottenham. Good save from Solo.
Yep, Jose Sarr, first time 15 consecutive penalties have been scored against Wolves in the Premier League since October of 2022. So it just goes to show you how big that moment was. Wolves have had some opportunities at the end. They've actually had a lot of possession and got into some decent areas. Mateus Cunha's had a strike from distance. And again, I kind of don't want to pick on Reynate Nouri, but he's got into some good areas and not delivered the ball into the penalty area.
For whatever reason, I don't understand why. He's had chances to put the ball in the box and he's reluctant to do it. And then we've ended up passing it back. There's been twice that it's gone back. We're in the top third and it's ended up with our goalkeeper. He's got to put the ball in there. I don't know if it's because Larson's not in there, but we've still got bodies in there. Just put the ball in there. You've got to be selective about the type of pass that you put in there. And at the minute, it's like he's had chances. Belgon and Semedo haven't been as effective as I would like them down that right-hand side as well. But I just think that the whole tempo of our play has got to be lifted because Tottenham are finding it easy to combat it.
Yeah, it feels like they're missing that kind of direct running of Gonzalo Guedes. When it goes out on the right-hand side, they haven't got that ball in behind that was effective against Man United.
Well, the goal kicks or balls up from the back, they played it to Wang. He hasn't won one of the duels up there. He hasn't won one. So the quality's got to be better up to him to give him a chance because he's not going to be as effective in the air as Larson. But also as well, you've got to give him some kind of idea of what's going on, about where he's going to be, put it in the right place because the quality from the back hasn't been great. But I just think that we've been our own worst enemies. Just looking down below, see Guedes is getting warmed up. So that might be something that they might be changing, but
yeah, he's not stripped down or anything. In fact, he's got tracksuit trousers and a top on with his bib over the top, but he has been put through his paces by a member of the Wolves backroom staff, and he's the only substitute who's out there doing so. So Guedes may well be imminent, perhaps even at half-time. I don't think it'll be too long before Jürgen Strand-Larsen might enter the fray as well. Still plenty of time to go in this one. About 45 minutes to try and turn things round. At the break, it is Tottenham 1, Tottenham 2, Wolves 1.
Download the Wolves app today, the only place to watch live academy matches.
Wolves TV, the home of live uninterrupted radio commentary of every single Wolves game. But that's not all. Wolves TV also brings you extended and alternative match highlights, interviews with the team, behind-the-scenes features and training coverage, plus see every goal Wolves score from every angle.
From the volley arm and a goal! That is simply stunning!
So check out Wolves TV online at wolves.co.uk or on the move via the Wolves app.
Do you need support with your mental health? Life has been very challenging in recent years. With the COVID pandemic and cost of living crisis, we've experienced some difficult times. Wolves Foundation, the club's official charity, continues to run a Head for Health project, focused on helping adults improve their mental and physical well-being. For more details, email healthadmin@wolves.co.uk or call 07971 900 257.
Are you looking for a space to entertain key clients? Got a special occasion coming up and want to treat the family? Or are you just looking to come and watch a game in style?
Welcome to Wolverhampton Wanderers!
At Molyneux, we've a range of matchday hospitality packages available for every Premier League game.
Well, so much involved in this.
From the pitch and city views of WV1 to the premium a la carte dining in the boardroom, there's something for everyone looking to elevate their matchday experience.
Oh, goodness me!
To find out more and get yourself booked in, visit the hospitality section of wolves.co.uk.
Due to huge demand, Wolves Museum is now opening on Thursdays. Opening times are now Thursday to Sunday, 10:30 to 4:30 p.m. Take a walk through the history of Wolverhampton Wanderers and marvel at our extensive collection of Wolves artefacts. Only £10 for adults and £5 for under 14s. With new exhibits opening all the time, there's plenty to see in the Wolves Museum, so book your trip through old gold history at events.wolves.co.uk.
There's nothing quite like that winning feeling.
Would you believe this? And the goal is given!
Now you can be a winner too with Wolves Lottery. There are loads of cash prizes to be won every week, as well as the chance to win unique money-can't-buy experiences while supporting charities locally and throughout the West Midlands.
Oh, it's a stunning game! It's a stunning moment! Brought to you by a stunning football team!
From only £1 a week, what are you waiting for? Sign up now and you could be our next weekly big winner. Go to wolves.co.uk and select Lottery to find out more.
You've experienced the thrill of Molyneux on a match day. Now go behind the scenes with our exclusive stadium tours, taking you from the stands to the dressing room, see when the team donned the old gold, and take your chance to walk out that famous tunnel into the Golden Palace. Book online, and you can even book your own private VIP tour for up to 20 people by emailing museum@wolves.co.uk.
Wolves Foundation is the club's official charity, delivering a range of projects across the local community. The foundation is only able to work across so many different areas thanks to the generous support of funders and the general public. Can you help? Text Wolves and then the value of your donation to 70085.
Get the latest news from Molyneux as fast as it happens. Find our regular quickfire podcast, Wolves Express, via wolves.co.uk or wherever you find your podcasts.
The Wolves app, the home of Wolves online and on the move. Get the latest news, video, podcasts and what's trending. Plus, listen to men's and women's first team commentaries and watch the under-21s. You can even check out the latest merchandise offers from the club shop and create your own highlights. Plus, bid on unique match-worn memorabilia with Wolves auctions exclusive to the Wolves app. Download it now for iOS and Android.
Wolves records. Things just got loud.
Take the stress out of getting to the game with Wolves' only official off-site matchday parking at the University of Wolverhampton Science Park.
This is unbelievable! It's incredible!
£8 per match and only a 10 to 15 minute walk to Molineux. It's the perfect place to park for hassle-free entry and exit on a match day. Go to tickets.wolves.co.uk to score yourself a spot.
Do you want to get more active? Wolves Foundation, the club's official charity, runs an Active Through Football project, which helps people of all ages to improve their physical fitness. Sessions are fun, friendly, and have real positive results. To find out the range of activities on offer, contact Liam Turner at wolves.co.uk.
For a regular quick-fire update on everything Wolves, search Wolves Express wherever you listen to your podcasts.
The idea of professional soccer in the United States, no one had ever really thought about that. So soccer was dead, and then the Wolves come along.
It should be explained that the United Soccer Association gave North America its first taste of internationally recognized professional soccer in 1967.
Wolves in the 50s were very, very successful. It was the golden era, if you like. It was us and Manchester United. They were the glamour team. We were the scruffs from the Black Country.
The 1966 World Cup was carried by satellite into the United States. So a bunch of sportsmen thought, oh, great. Next great sport, start a league.
I mean, I'd never been out of England. I hadn't even been to Wales.
They said they were touring like a rock band, zigzagging across the country.
Just a completely different world.
People were saying you want some weed, and we thought we're in trouble here.
Free love, flower power. What more do you want?
And the Whips and the Wolves met in a championship playoff game at Los Angeles' Memorial Coliseum to the United Soccer Association inaugural season.
Just the game never seemed to stop.
You didn't need a ball. We're just getting each other.
Now, the match they played has been rated by many observers as the greatest soccer game ever seen anywhere. And we're convinced that you will agree with that conclusion after viewing this film.
There is that legacy in that they proved that it could work.
People will look back and say, what was the history of soccer in this country? And what they do, they have to land in 1967 and say, this is where it all began.
So Tottenham are back out for the second half. Wolves are in the tunnel. We saw Gonzalo Guedes being put through his paces at the start of the half-time period. He then went inside. The rest of the subs came out, Jorgen Strand-Larsen amongst them, and then one of the backroom staff came running out and told him to come back in, and he started to take his top off as he did so. You can see the fourth officials board is being prepared. We're going to get Guedes on for Bellegarde. Just Echan has come back out, so whether they're going to hold off on the Larsen substitution, unless they're thinking about something different, perhaps. Well, Larsen is stripped and ready, and he's coming on for Cunha. Well, there's an interesting surprise. So Cunha and Bellegarde replaced.
Be interesting to see whether or not that's an injury for Cunha. Or the managers thought that he's not offering enough to the side. I don't know.
So back underway.
Replacing number 10, Matthias Cunha, number 9, Jorgen Strand-Larsen, and replacing number 27, Jean-Brittner Bellegarde, number 29, Gonzalo Guedes.
So yeah, you'd have to imagine there was an issue with Matthias Cunha. I don't think he would take him off tactically unless it's something that he's thought it's not quite working.
Yeah, you never know.
Here's a new broom. So Wolves in this second half, lining up with Jose Sarr in goal, Semedo, Doherty, Santi, Dawson and Nouri, Andre and João Gomez, and now Guedes, Larson and Huang.
I know you were talking about rotation with the lads up front, Guedes and Larson, but clearly he fancies those two to do the job that he wants his team to do, i.e. closing them down, making it difficult for them.
It's a bit of a loose pass wide by Bentancur, but Pedro Porro will have time to get to it. So Wolves defending the end where the Wolves supporters are, away to our left-hand side, attacking the big single-tiered stand. Spurs with Forster in goal, Porro, Dragusin, Gray and Udogie, Bentancur and Basuma the midfield two, Johnson, Kulusevski and Son supporting Solanke. Big kick forwards by Jose Sarr, headed forwards by Porro. The right potential arm in there by Johnson. Chris Kavanagh agreed.
It just gives you another option there with Larson being on the pitch, doesn't it? Go a little bit more direct and also hopefully putting the ball in the box.
Yeah, so Strand Larson through the middle. Frank on the left. Oh, Jose Sarr being closed on by Solanke. Just about got it clear. Dawson then barged into Brennan Johnson, who has gone down. I think the referee is saying it was just a coming together, but he's going to pause the play to check on Brennan Johnson.
I'm all for us playing at the back and doing it right in the right times. But in this game, we've just put ourselves in so much trouble. Just looking at Santi Bueno there, he's underhit the pass back to Sarr, but also as well, he wasn't a great ball back to him. I like to just look forward at times, causing ourselves so much problems.
You'd hate under-21s football. That's just what it is now, I think. This is football in what's going into 2025. Son, left-footed cross, blocked off by Santi. Expense of a throw. Doggie's gone down now with a problem for Spurs. Say, academy development football nowadays is players playing it across their 6-yard box, playing away from all sorts of issues. Always saying commentary, it doesn't necessarily work out as that's what it's like in a game, and certainly not at the lower levels, but in the Premier League, as we're seeing, teams do it and they'll make mistakes and they'll get caught out and they'll still do it.
Yeah, they keep making mistakes. But I just think that if you don't do it right or you can't do it in your sides, I think you're just asking for trouble. And I'm just watching the game today and we're just putting ourselves in so much trouble. The pace of the passing is so far off it. We've got away with it. It must be half a dozen times we've got away with it. Either back past the Sarr. We've seen what happened earlier on this year when we've played Bournemouth with us trying to play at the back, and we've ended up giving away 3 penalties through us giving the ball away or us making that challenge.
Spurs replacing number 13, Destiny Udogie. Number 3,
so Spurs going to be forced into making first change. Sergio Reguilon going on for Destiny Udogie. Still got nightmares of Reguilon's performance for Sevilla in that Europa League quarter-final. Never quite lived up to his billing in English football. His first involvement will be to take the throw. 5 minutes into the second half. Spurs 2, Wolves 1. Dragusin for Gray, just over the halfway line. Bentancur for Reguilon, back to Archie Gray. Dragusin, just short of the centre circle. Son, back into his own half to Bentancur. Gray getting it back from Reguilon, but being forced a bit further backwards than he wanted to be, and goes back to Forster. It's the second half elsewhere. Fulham lead Bournemouth by 1-0. Forest, same scoreline up at Everton. Palace lead Southampton 2-1. Everechi Eze with a goal early in the second period. Good footing by João Gomez on halfway to deny Solanke. To Aït-Nouri on his left, further wide to Hwang, infield to João Gomez. Nice little flick. Aït-Nouri can try and take it forwards. Basuma got back to him. It goes wide to Hwang, infield to Aït-Nouri, back to Hwang. Now João Gomez looking infield. Andre across the centre circle for Doherty. Wide for Semedo. Closed down quickly by Reguilon. Back to Santi. Doherty all the way back to Jose Sarr, again out of his penalty area. And Wolves will have to settle for a throw midway inside their own half. I say we were mixed before the game on the changes that need to be made. They're just showing signs of Matheus Cunha with a big ice pack on his left knee, just behind his left knee, sat on the bench next to Bellegarde. And he may well be in for a period of suspension anyway. I hope there's nothing serious there for Matheus Cunha.
No, he's a valuable player for us, isn't he? So it's you're hoping that it's nothing major, just precautionary, hopefully.
Archie Gray's long kick forwards. Dawson's header away. Doherty looking for Semedo, who was a bit hesitant. Comes to Reguilon on the Spurs left. Passes it straight to Doherty. Now Semedo. Again, a bit slow to try and get it clear, and Bentancur nods it forward. Semedo's ended up on the deck. Doherty steps in and they'll stop the play. And Semedo is down with a head injury.
Just that hesitation in our players, isn't there? Which is allowing Tottenham just to be able to press the back line of Wolves.
Oh, he did get a whack in the face as well, Nelson Semedo. I think he just kind of heads the shoulder of Bentancur, who got higher than him. Man City lead 2-0 at Leicester. They are deeper into the second half there. That was a half-2 kick-off. So Bridget asking the question many people will be saying about Matheus Cunha. From what we can see, and bear in mind we are higher in the top tier in the TV gantry really. They have shown pictures that we can't quite see because of the lip of the stand of Matheus Cunha with an ice pack on his left knee. This would be the reason why he's come off at half time. So I think the plan was always for Gonzalo Guedes to come on because he was straight out to warm up at half time with a member of the backroom staff. But Jürgen Strand-Larsen was kicking the ball around with some of the other subs and got a shout to get back in and get stripped ready. And he probably only had about 30 seconds to get his tracksuit off and get straight out there.
Yeah, it just gives you another option though, doesn't it, Larson, now? I know Cunha's a valuable player for us, but I just think that Larson just gives you an opportunity to go a little bit more direct, and hopefully that we can just feed off him a little bit.
Some legends on the screen in front of us. Gary Mabbutt, Ozzy Ardila. Is that Pat Jennings in the middle?
It is. With his cup of coffee. Probably needs it in this. It's cold as well.
We had Chris Hughton being interviewed at half time. What was Pat Jennings like to play against, Tom?
Don't know, mate. Don't
Oh,
know.
you'd already retired.
Before my time, mate. Before my time.
Maybe heading into a new year, still the old jokes are the best.
Yeah. Nothing changes. Yeah, the only one out of those ones I played against is Gary Mabbutt. He's the only one.
Semedo is up and looks to be okay. Comes to the halfway line. Ball's back underway through Jose Sarr. So they'll wait to get clearance for Semedo to rejoin. Sarr launches the ball downfield. Larson wins in the air down to Guedes, who's pushed over in the back by Bentancur.
I'm going to say this now. I know that Tottenham have got injuries at the back. You brought on a 6'4" centre forward, and I keep saying this every week about using him, but they're not going to be that great. They're not going to be as settled as what they would be usually with their back line. Use him. You've just seen there. Ball straight up to him, flicks it down, and we get a free kick. Guedes, I think it was, getting fouled.
It's interesting that Wolves used a bit of time with Semedo off the pitch to get some instructions from Vitor Pereira. Aït-Nouri's delivery in goes all the way through the penalty area and behind for a goal kick. Didn't really look like there was any Wolves player close enough to it to influence it. We've played nearly 57 minutes. Spurs turn to try and play out from the back. Forster high to the chest of Pedro Porro.
But Dragusin as well hasn't played many games.
He's kicked it straight to Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri might get a chance to drive in here towards the byline. Pull back or just intercepted by Bentancur. Semedo with a foot in. Santi striking it high and wide and behind for the goal kick.
Wrong choice from Aït-Nouri. Wrong choice. We've got two players between the posts, right on the line. I think that's hard and low there. Is it Larson and Semedo? I think it was the other player. Nobody coming in deep when he's pulled it back.
Forster with a kick to halfway. Solanke and Santi challenge. Doherty. Well, he felt like he got the ball. Chris Kavanagh disagrees. Spurs getting on with it quickly. Kulusevski from the free kick. Up towards the corner of the penalty area. Pulled back infield to Son. Back to Kulusevski. Sets himself for a left-footed cross maybe. Goes wider to Reguilon. Semedo there to close him down. Arms behind his back. It goes backwards to Gray. Edge of the centre circle inside the Wolves half to Dragusin. Under pressure from Larson. Going back into his own half and heading out to the Spurs right. Porro down the line. That ball had already gone out of play.
Yeah, something's got to change for us to get some out this game. Either somebody taking the game by the scruff of the neck and just dragging us up there, or some bit of play, which we haven't really shown. Was it 58 minutes gone? Not really been a threat in that top third as such. Got to do something.
Sarr's big kick. Semedo challenged in the air. Guedes gets the second ball. Infield to Semedo. Nice flick by Larson. Semedo with a chance to try and bring Aït-Nouri into space on the left-hand side. And Hwang off the ball. Collides with Pedro Porro. And it's a Spurs free kick. John Davis says Cunha and Larson shouldn't have been dropped. Sorry, I'm not sure. Guedes and Larson shouldn't have been dropped. Maybe Cunha wouldn't have got injured if he'd started. I don't think you can say that, John. Says Vitor's no different to Gary. Change of defence and conceding in 2 matches. Change of forward line that scored 5 in 2. Priceless, absolutely priceless. John, Totti was injured. He had to change the back line. He's got no choice there. Totti's not fit to play. I don't know where you've been. We've talked about that all the way through. Totti is injured. That's why Dawson into the starting lineup. You can criticise maybe changing the starting forwards, but the player we brought in scored after 7 minutes. Here's Aït-Nouri down the left-hand side into the penalty area, trying to wriggle some space to cross. Eventually it's blocked off and it'll be a Wolves corner.
That's what I want to see from Aït-Nouri. He's been better and more effective already in this second half compared to the first half. Still reluctant to cross that ball though, but at least we've seen glimpses of what he can do going forward.
Corner right-footed from the left-hand side. Guedes set to take it. Again, Wolves have piled players into the 6-yard box. Guedes in swinging delivery. Oh, it reached the far post and Bazuma sent it high into the air. It'll come back to Guedes. Guedes cutting in field and curling in effort. Oh, he smashed it into his teammate. It's that Dawson that's taken it in the unmentionables. Spurs wanting to get on with things, and there's no way the referee was going to allow him to do so.
I thought he'd give a foul there for him doing that, but he was offside.
Oh, that's sore.
Yeah, Oh dear.
Oh,
Brought a
big
tear to
puff
my
of the
eye.
cheeks by Craig Dawson.
Brought a tear to my eye watching that.
Still bent half over, back in his defensive position. Don't rub him, count him. Trey says, "You tell him, Mikey Burrows." I just say, you can question certain things, but we've just won 2 games with the new manager. He's entitled to make some decisions and try things out that he thinks will work. Let's not get overly critical 2.5 games in because we're suddenly behind in a match. 61.5 minutes played. Wolves trail by 2-1 away at Tottenham Hotspur. Ball played forwards. Larson with a flick on. Guedes trying to make the run in field. Might open out here. Great Nuri arriving in the box. Takes a touch. Smashes it goalwards and it's blocked off by Pedro Porro.
Why have a touch? Just hit it. I don't understand why he's had a touch. Just hit it first time. It's a great ball to him.
And too high from Andre. Looking to Semedo on the right-hand side.
As soon as he's having the touch, he's give the defender a chance to get across. Great play. Hit it.
Another change coming for Spurs, I think. In the meantime, Reguilon's throw. Solanke out-muscled by Santi. Andre to João Gomez. Ball comes infield to Semedo on halfway. Back into his own half to Doherty. 62.5 minutes played. Back to Jose Sarr. Puts his foot through it. Clears it over the halfway line. Basuma nearly tackled by Nuri. Goes towards Johnson. Dawson gets a block on it. Spurs throw. And here comes Pape Matar. Triple change. Maddison and Timo Werner all coming on as well.
Substitution for Spurs, replacing number 7 Goodman Son and 16 Timo Werner.
So Son, having missed a penalty in the first half, makes way.
Replacing number 8 Ibisuma, number 29 Pape Matar.
Ibisuma off for Pape Matar. And it's going to be Brennan Johnson off for Maddison.
And replacing number 22 Brennan Johnson, number 10 James Maddison.
So Spurs shuffling their pack. Can Wolves keep the pressure on? Header in field by Guedes. Nuri wins it. Sarr gets back to him though. About 25 minutes to go. Here's Werner over the halfway line, down the Spurs left. Maddison just ahead of him. Dawson intercepts the pass, but it goes straight back to Werner. Doherty with a good interception again. Andre looking to run it clear over the halfway line. Needed some support there. Only really had Larson as an option. Spurs just played the numbers game and won it back. 1-1 between Fulham and Bournemouth. Goal for Evanilson. Sarr over the halfway line. Kulusevski trying to drive infield. 1-2 with Solanke. Infield to Maddison. Switch to Werner just inside the box on the Spurs left. They'll flick back. Maddison takes it, strikes it high over the top of the goal.
It's Andre down, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going to need some attention in the penalty area. Forest lead 2-0 at Everton. Our old friend Morgan Gibbs-White with the second goal. It's finished Leicester 0, Manchester City 2. So Wolves will be out of the relegation places going into the new year, unless Ipswich have a remarkable victory in their upcoming game. They're at home to Chelsea tomorrow. I think they have to win 5-0 as things stand to overtake Wolves on goal difference.
Just looking here as well, Doyle coming on, I think. Probably for Andre. Doesn't look good. It's a difficult time of year, isn't it, with all the games coming up. Having to play like 3 or 4 games in succession. We're pretty close to each other. And people just being able to get over little knocks. So again, hopefully it's not a major one for Andre. Referee's trying to get him off the pitch. He don't want to go.
They've been in such good form.
Yes, he's been outstanding, hasn't he? Especially in the last 2 games.
Tommy Doyle is having to wait. He's not been allowed on just yet, and Chris Cavalier is telling Jose Sarr to get on with it as Wolves temporarily down to 10. Andre is walking around behind the goal, so I don't think he is. We're going to return. Doyle is not quite ready. He's trying to get some tape on his shin pads, I think. Channel Gomez, one man in midfield, still wins it. Tries to set Guedes away down the right-hand side. Archie Gray across to put it out of play for the throw. Here comes Tommy Doyle. Semedo with the throw. Back to Doherty. Infield to Dawson. Dawson trying to switch it down the right side for the run of Semedo. Semedo survives the shouts for a handball by the crowd. Wins a throw by the corner flag, or did it go for the corner? Aït-Nouri thinks it did.
Yeah, I think so. Well, Aït-Nouri's coming over. Be a good time to get equaliser. Just gone up to the 70 minutes.
Aït-Nouri's cross, left footed from the right hand side. Oh, Dawson was trying to arch his neck to get it back on target, couldn't quite do so.
Delivery wasn't great, was it? Again, talk about hitting the first man, but Dawson really couldn't get anything through it. He was behind him, trying to get a head on it. How long's the goalkeeper taking?
Santi's header forwards. Maddison down for Reguilon. Towards Werner. Doherty with a challenge. Werner flicks it on though. Here comes Solanke driving Spurs on into the penalty area. Left hand side of it. Santi gets back to him with a brilliant block, and then it's gone behind for a goal kick. Excellent defending from the Uruguayan. Solanke won't give the ball up. It'll be forced to do so by the officials. He wanted all the time in the world there, Dominic Solanke, and Santi Bueno was not about to give it.
No, he's just trying to waste time, but just trying to come in on his right foot, wasn't he, Solanke? Didn't want to take it on his left side. If he did, I thought we might have been in a bit of trouble.
Here's Guedes up over the halfway line. To try and switch the play to Rayan Aït-Nouri. João Gomez, Guedes lifts it forwards, flicked on by Hwang, couldn't quite find Larson. Pedro Porro to Kulusevski, put in though by João Gomez. Aït-Nouri setting off down the left-hand side. Larson waiting for a delivery in. Aït-Nouri didn't want to play it. Instead goes backwards to Doyle.
We've got 3 players in the box. Put it in there.
Doherty fired it in towards Guedes. Maddison intercepted. Werner on the Tottenham left, midway inside their own half. Infield to Maddison. Doherty intercepts on halfway. Santi for Dawson. And Dawson's misplaced pass out of play for a throw on halfway. John's still messaging me, trying to blame me for him not knowing that Totti was injured. We talked about it for 45 minutes before the game and announced it all when the players walked out, John. No one's saying you can't have an opinion. No one's saying you can't criticise. But when your opinion is wrong, I'm going to point it out. Just as I would do Tomo.
Never happens, does it?
Well, you're always right in my eyes. I say you can have a question about the changes in the forward line. But my point, and it's not that you can't be critical of the person just because we're losing. It's that he's earned the right from 2 wins from 2 to pick the team that he feels will do the job. It's losing. It's losing against the Spurs team. This is not a shocker. I say at the end of the game, we'll sit there and we'll say maybe he should have picked Larson and Guedes from the start. But he's earned the right to make that choice without everyone going negative at him straight away.
Still early doors, isn't it? Still early doors in his career here.
17 minutes to go, plus time to be added on. Helen says we've got to dig in, push forward and exploit this defence. In the meantime, here's Pape Matar trying to get up towards the edge of the penalty area. Good tracking by Tommy Doyle again.
Brilliant. Brilliant from Doyle.
Got it clear from the edge of the box. Werner has it for Spurs. Up towards the corner of the penalty area. Looking for the run of Reguilon. Just stands it up into the penalty area. Jose Sarr comes and claims it on the edge of the 6-yard box.
Just need a little spark to be from somewhere. Because this game's just running down the clock, isn't it? Needs something.
Hwang inside the Spurs half. Back to Doyle just to the left of the centre circle. João Gomez takes it on. 10 yards behind him is Doyle. He'll look to potentially switch the play. Reverse pass. Larson just about held on to it. Couldn't quite get his footwork right. I don't think he was expecting that from Doyle.
I was just about to say that here. I don't think he expected it.
Kulusevski, Dawson with a foot in, and he wins the throw as well.
Good defending from Dawson. Well done. Yeah, like I say, I agree with you. I don't think Larson was expecting the reverse pass to him. Just took him where he just come to him. He didn't really, or he couldn't, get control of it.
João Gomez trying to take the free kick from further away that Chris Kavanagh wanted him to. Dawson gets on with it to Doyle. Got about quarter of an hour to go. Here's Guedes, space to turn and over the halfway line. Out to the right side to Semedo. 40 yards from goal. Guedes making a run down the line. Semedo having to go backwards to Doherty. Infield to João Gomez. That was a bit of a loose pass. But he's made sure to win it back though. Guedes, all sliding challenge came in from Bentancur. And the assistant referee, right in front of it, decides to give the throw into the home team.
I'm still watching Semedo down here. He's 1 versus 1 against Reguilon. He just needs to get at him. So we need somebody to just do something. Getting the ball and passing it back is not going to hurt Tottenham. You've got to start to make them think a little bit, try and get them to actually put under pressure.
Kulusevski turning away from Aït-Nouri. Doyle trying to get back with him. Support from Porro, down the line for Kulusevski again, turns in towards the penalty area. Aït-Nouri holds him up and
well done.
Doyle comes across to help out.
Well done, Aït-Nouri.
Couldn't get it clear though, blocked off by Pedro Porro. In goes the challenge of João Gomez. Doherty. Santi to his right, under pressure from Solanke. Back to Jose Sarr. Short to Doyle. Doyle with a big long diagonal ball out to the chest of Hee Chan Wang, midway inside the half. Can't get past Porro, but settles for the throw.
Again, I'm just watching Semedo down this right-hand side. Reguilon, look, he can see him, but just push on. Gives Doyle another outlet. I know he's hit the one across there to Wang, but like you say, if he goes as well, it just gives Tottenham another headache with it.
Dawson across the centre circle for Doherty, trying to stand it forwards. It's a clever run. It's headed away by Gray from the edge of the box. Wang was waiting for it to drop. Doyle putting pressure on Bentancur. He needed some help there. The second player may well have stolen possession. Matt Sarr to Maddison. Up early to Werner. Running up towards the corner of the box. Werner into the area. Trying to go past Semedo. Low cross. Just missed by Solanke. Through the 6-yard box. Kulusevski picks up on it by the right-hand corner flag for Spurs. Pulled back to Pedro Porro on the corner of the box. Sets himself for the cross. Oh, and Werner with a complete air kick. Sprints there to get to the loose ball. Pulls it back to Reguilon. Reguilon's cross from deep. Solanke's header is high and wide.
Yeah, 2 big let-offs there for us, isn't that? Again, so close with that. Tapping at the back post. Oh, just fraction away, wasn't he?
Double change. Carlos Forbes and Rodrigo Gomez coming on. Dawson and Hwang are the two who have gone off.
Just looking here now, looks like they've gone with 4 at the back, is it? 3 at the back. Rodrigo Gomez playing wing back down this right hand side. I think Doughty has gone down that left hand side where Dawson was. And Ait Nuri still playing that wing back position, but more advanced by the look of it.
Yeah, see how this plays out after the goal kick. Helen had just messaged saying we need some spurt, get Forbes on. Well, he's there. So yes, Semedo, Santi and Doherty now the back 3. Here's Guedes turning and playing out towards the run of Ait Nuri. Ait Nuri on for Forbes, left-hand side of the penalty area. Checks back onto his right foot, pulls it back to Ait Nuri. Back wide to Carlos Forbes. Now infield to João Gomez. Spurs have got very deep all of a sudden. Doyle to Semedo. Pressure by Werner.
I think Tottenham are there to get something out of it. Who's going to be the one who's going to be positive to get it?
Rodrigo Gomez trying to bring it down on the Wolves' right. Reguilon back there. His clearance is going to be intercepted by Semedo. Midway inside the half. Out to the touchline to Rodrigo, who sets himself to try and whip across in. That's a delicious ball, and it'll be headed away by Porro just beyond the far post, and Forbes will settle for the throw.
Well, I think that's one of the first crosses we put in, isn't it? We haven't done many. It's a great ball in, though.
Doherty, infield to Doyle. Oh no, Doyle's lost it to Solanke, who's going to drive over the halfway line. He's got support to his right. Kulusevski running up against Jose Sarr. He's past him, and Santi is back there to clear it away from just inside the 6-yard box to stop it going into the empty net.
Yeah, again, us coming from possession. Big let off. Big let off. I was wondering what Sarr was doing, but in the end, it ended up being the right choice, forcing him wide.
Spurs getting on with the corner. Maddison looking for Kulusevski. Ait Nuri intercepted, but he's passed it straight to Maddison. His teammates weren't expecting that. Pape Matar Sarr, midway inside the Wolves' half. Central position, heading out to the left. Playing it out to the feet of Timo Werner. Up against Tommy Doyle. trying to go past him on the outside. Werner delivers his cross in straight to Jose Sarr. Will roll it out to the feet of João Gomez. Wolves know that time is against them. 9 minutes left plus time to be added on. Doherty for Doyle. Aït-Nouri on halfway. Down the line for Forbes. Back in field to Aït-Nouri. Now João Gomez taking over. In the high diagonal ball out to Gonzalo Guedes. Flicking it down the line for the run of Rodrigo, whose cross is deflected behind for a Wolves corner. Has it? No, it's not gone out of play yet. Still playing. It comes to Guedes. Right hand side of the box. Guedes can't really get it under control. Rodrigo will go and challenge. Sliding tackle comes in from Archie Gray at the expense of a throw.
Yeah, better pressure. Just better pressure from there. Look lively since he's come on, Rodrigo, down this right-hand side for Wolves.
Doherty carrying it out to the left. Out to the touchline to Forbes. Aït-Nouri in field, having to go back to Doherty. Doherty looking for a reverse pass for Larson that was intercepted. Up to Solanke, good challenge by Santi. Ball still comes to Kulusevski. Wolves taking more and more risks as Kulusevski tries to switch the play. Semedo controls it inside the D into his own penalty area. Finds Doherty. 8 minutes left, plus time to be added on. Wolves trying to find an equaliser. Doyle looking around, midway inside his own half. Wanting someone to make a move for him.
Yeah,
Eventually
exactly.
finds João Gomez.
Just watching it here, so nobody's really giving him that movement for him to pick it out.
Aït-Nouri on the Wolves left, infield to João Gomez, just short of midway inside the Tottenham half. Big crossfield diagonal, finds the chest of Guedes, who's having to hold it away from Werner. He's done well actually to hold it away from two and play it back to Semedo. Semedo lifting a cross in, and Forster comes and claims, inviting for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was just hanging a little bit for the goalkeeper, wasn't it? Never had that little bit of zip in it to give any opportunity for a Wolves player to go for it. Keeper was always going to come for it.
Kulusevski battling away with Doherty. Doherty came off the better. Aït-Nouri under pressure from Matassar. Backwards to Santi on the edge of his own penalty area. Cross to Jose Sarr. 6.5 minutes of the 90 remains. Wolves still searching for an equaliser. Trailed 2-1 since just before half-time. Guedes from right to left across the centre circle. Out to Aït-Nouri. Forbes down the line. Aït-Nouri's making a run on the overlap. Here he is. Aït-Nouri, low one in towards the near post. Oh, and Forster just tried to kick it away. Forbes to try and bring it down. Guedes just beaten to it by Solanke. Clearance is going to come as far as Doherty. Infield to Doyle, centre of the Tottenham half, to Semedo. Back to Doyle on the edge of the centre circle. Doherty to Santi. To João Gomez. Down the line, down the left-hand side to Aït-Nouri. He's got Forbes just there with him. Forbes will go backwards to João Gomez. He's cutting back in field. Doyle just ahead of him. Option is out to the left-hand side to Forbes. Sets himself for a left-footed cross. Comes through towards the far post. Werner knew that he had Rodrigo behind him, so heads it behind for the Wolves corner.
Come on, can we score off a set piece as well? Same side what Tottenham scored from. Can we get ahead on it?
It'll be Rain Aït-Nouri to go across and take. 5 minutes to be played here, plus time to be added on. Fulham lead Bournemouth by 2-1. Aït-Nouri left-footed from the right. Delivered towards the edge of the penalty area. It's Rodrigo Gomez who tries to tee it up for Forbes, whose shot is charged down. And Solanke trying to run Spurs clear. Back gets there, João Gomez, but Solanke holds on to it. Backwards to Bentancur, who lifts it forwards, and challenged by Santi, puts off Pape Matassar. Game's a bit ragged here. Doyle With the diagonal looking towards Forbes, headed away and out of play for a Wolves throw by Pedro Porro.
They just need to turn the screw a little bit, don't they? They need to have somebody who's going to have that gamble, going to do something to cause problem for Tottenham.
Here's Matt Doherty. Maybe feels like Spurs might get a bit nervy. Doyle has to go backwards to Santi and gets it again inside the centre circle. This is about whether Wolves can force an equaliser or not.
But they need movement up there. They need somebody just to pull the Tottenham defence around.
Aït-Nouri cutting in field, thinking about a right-footed cross, spotting the movement of Larsson. Larsson! Oh my word, what a goal! Jørgen Strand Larsen from a narrow angle, left-hand side of the penalty area. It's a stunning finish from the big striker. Wolves have been pressing and pressing, asking question after question, and eventually they have forced their way through and got their answer via Jørgen Strand Larsen.
What a finish. What a finish. I couldn't believe, well, he's not offside. I think Rodrigo was a little bit, so I don't think he's going to be punished on it. Great ball from Aït-Nouri. Oh, how's he scored from there? It's some angle. Oh.
Second goal for Wolves scored in the 87th minute from number 9, Jørgen Strand Larsen.
Now, can we hold on to this for the point? He's definitely not offside for me. Oh, the keeper, well, I wouldn't see that many times.
His first goal since his double against Bournemouth at the end of November.
I know VAR are looking at it, but I don't think he was offside. I think Rodrigo Gomez was.
No, it's given.
Great finish. Absolutely great finish. Now you've got something now, don't give it away.
Well, it changes the complexion, doesn't it? Suddenly Spurs have gone from trying to hang on in there to try and push forwards again. Maybe with 2 minutes to go, plus time to be added on, can Wolves go and push for another?
Yeah, but we don't give it away. Okay, if we get one, great. If our strikers and our attacking players can get something out of it, but you don't give it away now. Oh.
Well, here they come. Right inside of the box, Jose Sarr with a save and the offside flag goes up.
I was just about to say, who's tracking the runner? He's offside, but they're the things that you've got to do. You can't allow people free. I know he's offside.
Just to say, 7 goals for the season now for Jørgen Strand Larsen in 20 appearances.
It's a good return. He just offers you something else up front, and also can put the ball in the net.
One minute of the 90 to go. Big long kick downfield. Carlos Forbes is past his man. Left-hand side of the penalty area. Forbes cross deflected behind for a Wolves corner. They couldn't, could they?
Oh, I hope so. But again, I know I'm being negative with it. Just make sure you're right at the back for any counter-attack. Forbes went past him so easily. Was it Porro, was it? Oh, he just couldn't get that pass away, could he? Seen what it meant to Larsen anyway. Punch in the air.
Praising his teammate. Corner. Tommy Doyle to take. Right-footed from the left-hand side. In swinging high delivery to the far post. Doherty's header down. Goalkeeper parries it away from the left-hand post. Guedes trying to get away from Werner by the corner flag, and he's got shoved in the back, surely. And again, a second time. The assistant referee is right there looking at it and did nothing. Here's Doherty. Turns and crosses. Too deep. Headed away by Pedro Porro. Doyle brings it down. All blocked off by Solanke. That's an awkward bounce. Semedo trying to get back there. Rodrigo hoiks it high into the air on the halfway line. Doherty, brave. We're going to have 8 minutes being added on. Guedes is still down in the corner flag. I can't believe he didn't get a free kick. He was shoved over 3 times.
I've seen free kicks given for less than it as well. He's holding his shoulder. And the referee's telling him to get off the pitch. Yeah, I've seen fouls given for less than that today.
Well, the assistant referee could not have had a better view.
Which one? 1, 2, or 3?
Here's Bentancur. Officially, we played a minute of the 8 being added on. Archie Gray inside the Wolves half. Madison comes to take it from him. Playing it wide to the left-hand side for Werner. Back infield to Madison. Across the centre circle for Dragusin. Carrying it out to the Spurs right. Kulusevski, left-footed cross, headed away by João Gomez. Bentancur first the loose ball, trying to poke it in behind for the runner. It's headed goalwards and it's headed wide. Pape Matar arriving 6 yards out. Jose Sarr was wrong-footed for a moment.
Yeah, and so was Ait Nouri. Got caught, the ball watching. Just switched off. You can't switch off. He wasn't aware.
Don't think he made a clean connection, Matar. Thankfully for Wolves, 6 minutes to play. Spurs 2, Wolves 2. Jose Sarr getting ready to launch it downfield. Strand Larsen stood a long way beyond the Spurs defensive line. Goes towards Guedes, bounces through. Pedro Porro clears. Just hoiked it downfield. Doherty got the better of Kulusevski. Ait Nouri launching it into the Spurs half. That's a naughty little flick in field by Reguilon that nearly went to Larsen.
I tell you what, I thought Larsen had it for the second then.
And then Werner's let it run past his foot and out of play for a throw. I say naughty in the sense it could have gone anywhere, not naughty in the sense of a Rain Ait Nouri type flick, which is generally a bit of a showboat.
He's fortunate because it was a fraction away from the Wolves player.
Alan says, let's go full on. We only needed 10 seconds against Man United. Still about 5 minutes left to play. Dragusin back to Forster outside of his 6-yard box. Launches downfield towards Kulusevski, one in the air by João Gomez. Lifted deep into the Wolves half, and that's going to be awkward with Solanke closing in, but Santi
well defended.
heads it back to Jose Sarr.
Well defended. He was waiting for the ball to bounce, wasn't he?
Larsen is down on the halfway line, but we play on with Ait Nouri. Back to Doherty, who's going to kick it out of play.
Well, he's looking over to the bench.
Well, Wolves have used all their subs.
I don't know what he's done.
2 at half time, 1 in the 69th minute,
It's
and
his
then
hamstring.
2 with 12 minutes to go.
I think he's holding his hamstring. I think the telling point there is he's looking over to the physio on the bench.
Well, they do all that sports science work now, and I say people might question why he's not in the starting lineup. It may well be that they'd identified a potential issue or the work rate he's got through.
Is it the red zone, is it?
Yeah, that's what they call it. You're at risk of injury because you've gone through so much. And having gone through what he's gone through in this game and got Wolves back on level terms.
Well, it's not good. He's, like I say, he's holding the back of his left leg. If it's the hamstring, he's not going to... The thing is, though, it's pretty cold, isn't it? And it's getting yourself making yourself warm up correctly or getting yourself ready. And sometimes you think, still feel a little bit stiff, and he might have overexerted himself a little bit doing that.
Jose Sarr is on the halfway line trying to protect his teammate from all the Spurs players complaining.
Well, you're hoping, I know it's going to sound silly, but you're hoping it's not cramp as such. I know he's not been on long. He's walking off to the sideline here.
Yeah, doesn't look comfortable though. Will he return? 2.5 minutes officially left to go.
Oh, Tottenham going to give it us back. But the way they set up, it didn't look like it.
Kulusevski eventually does play it back to Jose Sarr.
I thought he's going to have a shot then.
So Strand Larsen waiting to come back on. Spurs 2, Wolves 2. 2 minutes left of football in 2024. Big kick downfield. Guedes trying to get there. Reguilon heads it back to Forster. And rolls it out to the left back, who can try and bring it on up towards halfway and over that halfway line. Out to Timo Werner. Strand Larsen comes back on. Reguilon's pullback. João Gomez intercepts on the edge of the penalty area. Early for Rodrigo Gomez. Oh, that's a poor challenge by Bentancur, who's going to get a yellow.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything questionable about that one. He was late on him, wasn't he? So Rodrigo Gomez just had the legs on him. Oh, yeah, he's come sliding in on the lad. Oh.
Looked a sore one for Rodrigo.
He's caught him right on the ankle, I think.
He's resisting the need to get some attention. He's right by the Wolves technical area.
Because he knows he'll have to go off if he has any attention.
Vitor Pereira giving some instructions to João Gomez. Officially, 45 seconds remain. It's finished between Everton and Forest. Forest have won 2-0 there.
Wow.
They're our next visitors. Man City won 2-0 at Leicester. Still playing between Palace and Southampton, where Palace lead 2-1. It's 2-2 between Fulham and Bournemouth now. Late equaliser, Dango Ouattara.
Just looking at the table, that puts Forest second in the league. Wow.
Semedo will turn with the free kick and go back to Jose Sarr. Oh, Jose Sarr, what are you doing? He's trying to take it past one. He's trying to smash it downfield, and he's miles out of goal. Reguilon trying to play it wide to Solanke. In steps Rodrigo Gomez. Doyle will just about get there ahead of Werner. Oh, it was a heart-in-mouth moment.
What is he doing? What is he doing?
It's not over yet. Doherty trying to get it clear up towards halfway. It's going to drop here to Strand Larsen, who just hoofs it over the halfway line. Aït-Nouri chasing. Awkward bounce, but he's going to head it and keep it in. Did he know it's already gone out? We've already played 30 seconds more than were originally scheduled.
But what is our goalkeeper doing? Oh.
Gray to Maddison. Just short of the centre circle in his own half. Solanke for Bentancur. Wolves getting deep.
Yeah,
6 of them stretched out in a defensive line.
Yeah, I don't want us to get deep. Just inviting it.
Archie Gray, just to the left of the centre circle. Out to Werner on the Spurs left. Down the line looking for the one of Reguilon. Semedo there across with him. Goes behind. It's given us a goal kick.
Well done. Well done, Semedo.
I thought that was a corner.
At the minute, we don't want corners against us.
So we're in the 100th minute. Spurs 2, Wolves 2. Jose Sarr being told not to take it short. Get it as far away from goal as possible. Preferably onto the head of Strand Larsen. Sarr eating up the seconds. Launches downfield. All eyes on Chris Kavanagh. It's towards Larsen. Drop towards Doyle. Bentancur will try and get there. Trying to lift it over the top for Kulusevski. Sarr's come out. Smashes it high into the sky. Strand Larsen trying to challenge. It's going to go out of play for a throw. We're into the 101st minute. Larsen with a foot in. Just about kept in. Guedes. Oh, there was a slip from Gray for a moment, but Gray recovered and put it out of play for a throw.
Play down the line.
Rodrigo Gomez with the ball in hand. Larsen making a movement ahead of him. It's thrown towards the run of Guedes, headed away by Archie Gray. Maddison has it. Doyle pressing him. Maddison trying to be on the turn. Doyle harrying for it, but Maddison has got away from him, runs it up towards halfway, tries to play it down the left-hand side for Werner. Werner's cross in from deep, is going to be too deep. Aït-Nouri lets it run across his body, smashes it away. There's an offside flag up against Timo Werner. And we're going into the 12th minute of time being added on.
It must be it now, you would have thought. I know we had some wait stoppage again, waiting for Rodrigo Gomez.
Chris Kavanagh blows the final whistle. Wolves under Vitor Pereira are still unbeaten. He doesn't quite get that place in the record books as the first Wolves manager to win his opening 3 in the top flight, but he'll settle for a point, having seen his side go ahead in this game. Hee Chan Wang put in from the start today, swept home a lovely move from the training ground, a free kick routine just 7 minutes in. Rodrigo Bentancur, Wolves' familiar Achilles heel this season, got conceding from a set piece on the 12th minute. Brennan Johnson put Spurs in front in added time at the end of the first half after Jose Sarr had saved Son Heung-min's penalty. But off the bench came Jørgen Strand Larsen to smash home from a tight angle with just 3 minutes of the 90 left to play. It finished Tottenham 2, Wolves 2 to wrap up 2024.
Yeah, so take a point after on the back of those 2 games that we've had with wins. So coming to Tottenham, it's always going to be a difficult game. So at times that we look like we just give it away and made it a little bit too easy for Tottenham. But just shows you the fighting spirit that the club have got. And it's a great finish from Larsen for the equaliser. So I was wondering what was happening, if it was gone wide, side netting, but it wasn't, straight in the goal.
All smiles from those in hyper-violet today. Jørgen Strand Larsen getting most of the pats on the back.